Jay. To me, you made it seem like, you want to pursue me, but then you let this other guy come and show you up and you take the trophy. So I didn't like it on AJ's part. I loved it on Jason's part.
Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book. You know what time it is? Yes. Talking to you guys about Ready to Love. We are dealing with Kyra and AJ. Kyra wants AJ to fight. I told you, it's a gammon woman. This is the same we saw with last season. We saw with Winter. I said she's a gamma type of woman. Gamma women want men to fight for them. Gamma women want men to fight for them, to show me desire. Show me that you want me. Show me that you want me. Tell me that you need me. Tell me that you want me. I know it was mad, but don't worry about that. I was playing. All right, cool. So, she definitely wants AJ. I'm going to keep it 100 real. As much as she appreciates Jason showing the interest, she wants AJ. And isn't it funny that both Kyra wants AJ, okay? And yet, Jason wants Kyra and Alexis wants AJ. And I don't think AJ really wants Alexis. I don't know if he really wants Kyra either. But he's playing it cool, okay? And that's what makes him a Don, right? He is able to handle himself to a point where he's like, listen, I'm not going to stress. And that's going to make Kyra want to even fight. That's going to want Kyra to want to fight, want him to fight them more. But anyway, let's do our introduction, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notifications that up, lows. And for those of you who are returnees, you got the minerals. You got the minerals. Listen. Make sure you grab your tea. You guys have been buying it by the dozen. I'm not gonna lie to you. Probably my best-selling tea and best-selling hoodie. Stay hydrated, guys. Okay, because the streets are what? They're hot. The streets are what? They're hot, baby. Okay, hot like fire. Listen, let's get into the video and let's talk about Kyra and Jason as well. Okay, cool. So the first thing I want to just point out is, Alexis and obviously AJ were having their conversation, and they were talking about the fact that, well, he was talking particularly about the fact he didn't want to just be focused on the sexual aspect of the relationship. Now, he's mentioned this before from Alexis' point of view, and I think what he's talking about is her aggressiveness in the way she pursues sexual conversations. I think that for him makes him unnerved. Let's just listen to
physical attraction at some point. So today, I'm really interested to see, could this be something more?
Let's see.
So he's very much interested in beyond just the physical aspect of their relationship. He wants to see more. He wants there to be more. And he wants the relationship to go further than just being about the physical attributes. I think, again, that's to do more with the fact that she's so pushy about the situation, rather than actually being about the fact that, rather than being the fact about it being sexual. I think he doesn't mind a sexual conversation, but like I said in her own reviews, is when you push it too far, then the man feels a struggle. He's like, you're doing too much, right? And so again, he's just kind of putting that little dime in there, and that tells us as well, he's not fully involved with her just yet. He likes her. She's good for now. Doesn't mean he's fully involved with her. Right? He doesn't mean he's fully involved with her right now. Okay. Let's play a little bit more of the clip where she talks about her struggles.
But the very men that I have the tingles and butterflies around usually aren't the ones I probably should go for. See, I'm skating way better than you. I wonder why.
So now, here's the thing. When you get butterflies and when you get tingles and you know that normally misleads you, you don't listen to it. Learn the lesson, ladies and gentlemen. Learn your lessons. If you have seen in the past tingles and butterflies, I feel butterflies floating around the skies. When I'm with you, I feel butterflies. Don't worry, I messed up the lyric in it. But so you feel these butterflies and it leads you to error. Then don't listen to it, or at least listen to it and know that it's an error. It's going the wrong way. Whenever I feel butterflies, I go the wrong decision. Why? Because you're making decisions based off what you're physically feeling. And a lot of times when you have butterflies, it's because, you know what? It's okay. Your first relationship maybe is a little bit different. When you're grown out of that and you're getting the butterflies, it's because the person you're seeing in front of you is a buff team. And it's almost as if like you're collecting something so amazing. that I can't believe it. When you feel like almost sometimes when it's slightly out of reach and you've managed to grapple it, that's when the butterflies usually come. When it's something that's in your vicinity and it's in your aim and it's in your trajectory and it's in your circumference, it's in your arena, it's in your pool, it's in your particular circle, and it's not difficult to attain. This is your level, and you're not stretching out of your comfort zone to grab this. You don't feel the butterflies oftentimes. Do you know why? Because it's normal, blood. It's normal. You understand? But when it becomes slightly out of your range, it's out of your comfort zone to go and grab this, and you finally do it, and you finally go and you're almost looking like you're gonna attain it. Of course you feel the butterflies. Of course you feel butterflies. I feel butterflies floating around the skies. And then the next point that was made by Alexis, which was really interesting, similar to what I said about Ron. Why are we shading people in order to get points to the other person? They don't work with men. We don't like that kind of stuff. We don't like that stuff. And ladies, you should never like a guy who does that too. Don't like someone who's going to have to shade somebody to get more points with you. No. I don't rock with that. You know what I'm saying? Listen to this.
Why that is. No shade to Jason.
Okay.
I guess I feel a little lighter and a little freer. I don't know. I'm trying to determine.
So, you know, that's a slight shade. I know she had no shade to Jason, but baby, it's a slight shade, baby. You're saying you're skating a bit more, you feel a bit more freer. You ain't got to put the man down. It's not even about being a man, you know. It's about don't put the person down to elevate. It never fares well. And it's not a clever ploy or tactic to get a man to be interested in you. To consistently dog this, it might work for men to women in some circles. I'm not saying it's all. I think when you're grown, you start to realize when another man's putting your man down, unless you already disrespect your man already, it's gonna be hard for you to hear that and think to yourself, this is the guy I want to be with. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like you putting down Jason in a sense, and it wasn't a heavy put down, it was just a little side comment, like I feel freer and I feel better. No offense to Jason, but nobody would have said any offense to Jason. Nobody was going to think because you're skating better, it's because you're not with Jason anymore. The mere fact that you're thinking that shows me that potentially maybe part of your mind was thinking that. But I'm sure AJ wouldn't have thought, oh, she's skating better because she's not with Jason. He would have never thought that. None of the audience would have thought that either. So it was a bit of a moot point. It was a bit of a moot point. Like, I don't know why she kind of mentioned it, you know, being lighter and everything like that, right? It's not one of those things. One of the things that AJ also said he liked and respected about Alexis was the fact that she's respectful. You know, she spoke about her respectfulness in the relationship as well. Let's just get to it. I kind of skipped it a little bit. You know, her be respectful. I better here as well point. She spoke about obviously being a respectful candidate due to the fact that she had been in marriage and she learned that men need respect. And this is a really good point. Most men need respect in a relationship, and that comes as a form of love. When you love them, you respect them. When you don't love them and you don't care for them, you disrespect them, right? Not that you did something bad, you disrespect. It's different. When you're consistently disrespected, it's because you don't love that goon no more, bro. When you are in and you've either or disrespect can come from entitlement, it can come from you know, when you feel hurt, you've got to attack the other person, you know, it can come from childhood traumas. Like, go watch my video on Blue Therapy where I spoke about this. So yeah, there are different reasons why someone can disrespect, but you know, a man wants that respect to feel loved. You know what I mean?
It's important that I have a respect for a man.
Sure.
That's what the man wants. So I try to be careful with my words. I try to be thoughtful.
Alexis, she makes a really strong effort to give a level of respect to.
And so AJ is actually appreciating the fact that she gives this level of respect. And as a man, when your woman loves you and cares for you, encourages you, you know, showers you with compliments. I say compliments, but with love and compliments, you want to call it that. Or when you're achieving your goals and your accolades and your accomplishments, it's big. Honestly, it's big. It makes a huge, massive difference. And so you realize that as a man, you want someone that's in your corner that backs all your plays. Whether you're right or wrong sometimes and you make a mistake, but she says, I still believe in you. It's that belief. Listen, I'm telling you, ladies, if you're listening to this, the belief that you have in your man makes him Superman. The disbelief you have in your man makes him Clark Kent. If I had to do a whole video on this, that's a wavy thing. The belief you have in your man makes him Clark Kent. The disbelief you have in him makes him Clark Kent. In fact, your disbelief is the kryptonite to him. Your disbelief in his vision, your disbelief in his talent and his goals is the kryptonite to his vision. Now, I'm not saying every man you have to believe in, because certain men don't have good vision, right? Yeah, they can't sing for doo-doo. They can't sing. It's just that simple, bro. The man's still trying to sing. You might have to let him down gently. But, you know, for men who are really trying to push and persevere and are seemingly putting out results, believe, and they'll make him Superman. Disbelieve, and they'll make him Clark Kent. And everybody wants a Superman. They don't want Clark Kent. Let's keep 100% real. Everybody wants a Superman, not a Clark Kent. Okay. And so that was really, really, you know, powerful to kind of see between the two of them. Then we had Kyra and Jason and their particular situation. What I think was really good was at the very beginning where Kyra thanks him for allowing her to ask some really important questions around depression. I think this is really important. If you are going to date someone who's got depression, you have to ask these key questions before you get into it, because you don't know if you can handle it, number one. Number two, you want to know the ways to be able to handle, if you do decide to go forward, to handle them, so that you can make the best of your relationship going forward, right? Let's listen a little bit.
Before I pull you down, me and Jason did get some one-on-one time at the skating rink. I still thank you for allowing me to feel comfortable talking with you about it.
Okay.
And sometimes how you've dealt with depression.
And so I think that is a very important skill that she did there, because it makes the person feel comfortable. It makes Jason feel like, okay, this girl actually appreciates and values me. That's why she's asking these questions, to try and find out more about my depression, or when I have depressive moods. And that reason why she's trying to find that out is because obviously she's thinking about the future and maybe potentially pursuing. So it's genuine questions like that that help nurture and fester good relationships with people and make people feel wanted and make people feel like they are needed, you know. And also shows what a vision for the future. Because if you're thinking about asking that question, you're thinking about the future. You're not just thinking about the show. You're thinking about the future potentially. That's an encouragement, you know. So loved Kyra for that. Loved the way she did that. Really did appreciate, you know, that conversation, the beginning of that conversation. Another part of the conversation is when they spoke about what he actually needs in that space. Let's watch a little bit of that as well.
It's not a red flag, but I would be a fool for somebody to tell me that they deal with depression and for me to just completely ignore it. So like, what do you need from someone when you're in that space to help you get through?
And so I, again, love the, first of all, eye contact that they have as well. They're eating a little bit of ice cream or eating a little bit of slush puppy, whatever they're eating. But I love the fact that they're talking about this subject. And, you know, as she asks that question, you know, you're going to see Jason appreciate the fact she's asking those questions, because now he gets to express this thing without fear or taboo. And that's another thing as well about depression or mental health. It does become a taboo, right? Because many of us have not been educated, or we're scared that if we interact with somebody who has that during a relationship, we're going to have to handle that. And it's not easy to handle. Let's keep it 100% trill. It's not easy to handle. So it takes a very brave and special person to do that, because there are different set of requirements that person will need from you. But when we begin to understand what they need, then it becomes less of an uphill battle and upheaval, and more of a case of, I already know what I've got myself into. I now know how to handle this situation. And that's quintessential. That's critical. That's needed. That's important. Okay. Going forward, that's important in terms of building that foundation for you two to be able to be able to build upon going forward as well. It's interesting as well, because I think Kyra is the helping type. Let me just go. She's a helping type, and oftentimes with helping types, those who want to help. Listen, Kyra reminds me of Brian from last season in terms of being a problem solver, not in terms of the character, but problem solver. And she did it, and now it makes sense why she did what she did with Christian earlier on in the show. Problem solvers always think about problems as a solution. Think about problems and think about solutions. And that can be an issue when you're dealing with emotional situations, because in this particular scenario, what you're wanting to see is that actually it's not about solving the problem. And, you know, what you're wanting to see more of a case is the fact that you're trying to understand the problem, not necessarily solve it. And I think it happened with Brian and what's her name? Sorry, Alexis from last season. Brian and Alexis from last season. What we saw is that with Alexis, obviously, she felt like he was trying to solve problems, and all she wanted was for him to hear her out. And so I think with Kyra, very similar to the Christian situation, she did it. She tried to help Christian out, but it came out wrong. When you're always in problem-solving mode, what can happen is you actually overstep the mark. it's not everything that needs a problem to, it's not every problem that needs to solve a solution from you directly. Sometimes a solution is just to listen. And she did that with Christian, where she took him aside, but brought him in front of everybody else, the court, everybody else, and said, obviously, Christian, you need to be more manly, or you need to man up, basically. You basically need to be more assertive, bro. And said that in front of a group of people. That was wrong to do so, but she wanted to help. She genuinely wanted to help. But when you go into problem-solving mode, you also have to understand there's time and a place to do this. There's a time and a place to do this, right? Let's watch a little bit of the clip and see what I'm talking about.
Working out whatever I need to work out, that's when I come up to me like, hey, babe, I'm sorry.
Because I'm going to want to do something to help.
Yeah.
So it's going to be frustrating to me if I cannot help, but I understand that I have to help you in the way that works for you.
Yeah.
So she said obviously as well that it will be frustrating because she wants to help. That's the mind of a problem solver. They want to solve issues. Okay, nothing wrong with it. It's just that we're talking about time and season. For someone like Jason, it's going to be time and season, right? If he goes into a depressive mood, she can't solve that by trying to shift and move stuff. No, but what she can do is what she's done here, which is really, really great, really, really important. And I'm impressed because she's doing that because she does like, there's a certain level of liking for Jason. I'll admit that, that she's willing to even find out what would help you, you know, in those moments. So I really did appreciate Kyra for that as well. You know, showing that's important to have as well. You know, and so now we have the conversation where they're having a conversation on the bench, finally in front of the guys, and it's really interesting. I'd say it's interesting. Why? Because there were some important things that were happening. Jason bigged up Kyra in front of the whole group, or the group of people there. You know, he said, obviously, you know, this is, you know, I've got a like for this amazing woman. But before he gets that point, Alexis says something too.
Oh, hush.
Yeah.
That's why I'm rocking with you. That's why I am going for you, because Jason has done that from the very beginning and has consistently stayed on top of that.
So she obviously sees Jason and says, look, you know, Jason has consistently been at top, been chasing me, been pursuing me. I'll come back to Alexis' comment in a second, and has always wanted to make sure that, you know, hey, you know, he sees me as number one, right? And she loves that. She loves that. Now, the issue is this. She loves that, but it's not you that she wants it necessarily from. This is the problem. Sorry, I got a stretch. Oh, it's not you that she necessarily wants that from. What am I saying? I'm not saying that she doesn't want it. What I'm saying is it will be better served if it came from AJ. Okay, better served. And I'm gonna come back to that point. I want to go back to the Alexis point that she made about stating, I think, what she felt.
Click this beautiful queen right here.
Oh, before that,
Yes, we have. But just to be very transparent, I did share that I clicked this beautiful queen right here.
now he made a comment about, you know, he made a declaration. Look, when you say that, just before that, Alexis actually said, obviously, hey, look, we've already had our connection. We've come to you know, we've come to a middle lane, and we realized both of us are not going that same direction. Then he comes out and makes a declaration, okay, in front of AJ, Alexis. Look at AJ looking at him. Look at the way AJ's looking at him, like, brother, you ain't gotta do this. Bro looking at him like, you ain't gotta do this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Stay cool. But, you know, Jason wants to make this declaration about how much he really cares for her. And it's great. If it had been AJ, it would have been amazing. But it's coming from Jason. And the truth of the matter is, it's never going to come from AJ. That's why you want it from AJ. It's almost like Simon Cowell on X Factor. Everybody wants a piece of Simon Cowell, even though he's the harshest critic. But if you can get the harshest critic to turn over, it's an amazing feat, right? That's why his particular comments come with much more gravity and weight for people. So when we're in a dating world, sometimes we're chasing people that don't even really want us. Now, AJ is not going to say right in front of you, I think you're amazing, Kyra, and you're the best. He's going to say that in private. He ain't going to say it in public. Why? It's all about appearance, number one. Two, it's all about the fact that you got to stay cool, right? Between me and you, I can say some things. When I'm out there, I don't, right? Because it's all about perception and being cool, right? Because I got to make sure the women also, too, understand that I'm still at the top of the hill, okay? I need that social proof to keep you also in alignment, right? Because if you know that other women want me, that means my desirability still stays up. My desirability still stays up. Okay, so it's really interesting how she wanted him to kind of say something, which we're going to show in a second or two, but he didn't want to say nothing. Okay, it's really interesting that Kyra too. I thought she wanted Jason. She really appreciated Jason, but yet she wanted this declaration to come from who? Not from Jason. She really wanted it to come from himself. Listen to this.
On the other hand, I'm like, so AJ, to me, you made it seem like, you know, you want to pursue me, but then you let this other guy come and show you up and you take the trophy.
Pause. Where did he allow another guy to show him up? Nowhere. Nowhere. All he did was declare at that moment he wants you. Why do you think he's showing AJ up? He's not showing AJ up. AJ's not being shown up. What? Because he decided to say that he likes you here and there. I've already told you I liked you. I don't need to say it in front of the group. So there's no show up. There's a show up for Kyra though. Because remember, she's a gamma. She wants to be fought over. She wants to be desired. She wants to be wanted. And she wants it to be publicly declared. Very similar to Winter. When she was asking for for Jay to fight over her. Okay, right? So it's very similar. She wants to fight. But he's like, I'm not going to fight, brother. So that's why this is listen, he's looking at old boy like, bro, the things I say in private, bro, they rock bolts, bro. I'm not gonna come out and say something. Plus, I got old girl right next to me here. I'm not trying to fluff up my thing. Right? So she wants him to say something, publicly declare something. But remember, Jason has denounced Alexis already. He can say something. AJ cannot. He's on a date with another girl. Why would you want him to say those things in front of you? Come on, darling. Get it together.
So I didn't like it on AJ's part. I loved it on Jason's part.
AJ, you not making this any easier with your look, bro. That temple look.
And one thing I love about Jason, okay, so Jason's a very smart guy. Okay, what he tried to do there is disarm AJ, but actually what it's also, the disarming partly is also, I would say, maybe there's a hint of insecurity there, right? Because he understands, let me not say insecurity. No, wrong word. The sense of competition. He understands who his competition is, right? So when Jason's a person who will always admonish with words. We've heard it here. We've heard it also in the Boys Tavern when he spoke about Joel and he admonished him with words and how amazing and great he is. Okay, right? Jason is an admonisher with words. His love language is probably words of encouragement, words of affirmation, right? Because he's always encouraging. And so in this moment, you hear him speak about AJ. He's like, you're not making it any easier with that temple look, bro. It's light fun, but actually also in the sphere of competition, though, like this, where you're competing for gal and you're competing for the same gal. This actually speaks to the fact that, bro, do you know what? Maybe you're not a top dog and you see a top dog and it's almost a disarming move. It's almost a very passive-aggressive disarming move, right? Because you're speaking about how he looks. Why? What's the importance of you speaking about him doing this look and him looking a certain way, looking good? Why? Not because he's gay or anything, I don't think that, but if that's what you think, that's cool. I mean, I've been wrong about these things, but rather more of a case of the fact that it's a disarming move. It's again to dissuade from the fact that he is the top dog in the situation. He's the good-looking guy. He's the one that the girls are wanting. Both Kyra and Alexis want him, but he don't want Alexis, right? And it's almost like you're giving this temple look, rah. You're looking good, you're looking spicy. It's almost like I see the competition. Right? This is what AJ says.
While I wanted to go ahead and try to one-up him in that conversation that he was having, I'm really on a date with two women that I really like.
And so that's an important thing. AJ cannot go one up because he's got the girl right next to him. But also, too, I think as well, what would you one up on? How? Jason just disarmed you. Jason just disarmed you, right? Because the moment that Jason said, oh, you got that temple look and you're looking good, bro, blah, blah. What he's doing is he's befriending you. He's befriending you. So now you can't say something that's going to shoot him down. No, he's just befriended you. You'd look bad for doing that. Or so you might think. Kyra might want that, but so you might think you might look bad on it, right? So then going to say something, and as a cool cat, there's no way I'm going to be trying to outshoot and outgun a man verbally for a gal. Oh, I know he said he likes you, but let me give you the shindig. Let me talk to you on this way. He ain't going to do that, bro. As much as he said it, he ain't going to do that. He would have never done it. He's never going to do it. You know what I'm saying? He's not that kind of cat. You know what I'm saying? So as much as he said, obviously, yeah, I wanted to one up on him, he wasn't really going to one up on him. His one up will not be a game where he says it out loud to you, because he does his movements underneath. Do you feel what I'm saying? That's why his body position is all cool cat, because he's got two girls that he both likes. Now, if you're not sure about what Kyra was saying, listen, Kyra later on is interesting, right? On the scene here.
It's really, really tough. I didn't want to make one feel like they were higher up than the other.
Precisely.
Because I'm just saying, I think that's the one thing everybody agree on, that we all want the best for everybody.
Now, pause. He just said something. Everybody can agree on we want the best for everybody. But watch what Kyra's about to say. Listen, the statement is not that great. I mean, come on. Yeah, everybody wants the best for everybody. Really and truly, we don't. But let's keep it 100 true. Everybody wants the best for everybody. That was his comment, right? But watch what Kyra's about to say. She's about to say she doesn't agree. Watch.
But that's not the easiest process. Perhaps.
Pause. She said, but that's not the easiest process, right? Listen to why it's not the easiest process.
I am sitting right between two guys that
were on our top, both of you guys.
She's sitting in between two guys who she does like, okay? That she does like. Girl, are you the only one that's sitting between two guys? Are you the only one? Isn't the boy that you like also sitting between two guys? And the only person who hasn't got, the only people that haven't got two guys liking them is Alexis and Jason. Alexis wants Jason. Jason doesn't want Alexis. Jason wants Kyra. We're not sure how much Kyra likes in the way she wants. AJ likes Alexis, but you know what I'm saying, right?
Right. So
You think that I'm not in the same boat?
And so he makes a comment about, you think I'm not in the same boat, right? Because the whole point was that when Kyra made that point, I think she almost forgot that, hey, you know, we're not in different boats. You know, you have two guys you like, almost like again to AJ. Look again. The fight mode, you know, I'm between two guys I actually like, you know, almost like a warning, kind of like sending out that signal, you know, come collect. I'm between two guys I like. That should make you want to be competitive. You're hearing two guys that she likes, be competitive. You know what I'm saying? Come on, grab me. But one thing I love what Kyra never did, which is what some of the, what partly Ron did, is there's no numbers. There is no you're more than the other person. Do you know what I'm saying? Like AJ's never done it either. You're more than no, like that's not how you do this game. Don't number people. Don't number them. Anyway, let me leave it there. Hope you guys liked it. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification uploads. We appreciate you. Again, guys, well, if you want some coaching from Little Black Book as well, if you want to be involved with that, you know what I'm saying? Like, if that's what you feel like, listen, grab a hold of us, man. Get a hold of us, man. Hit us up on the emails. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking a few more clients now as well. So if you want to be single, dating, you know, even marriage conversation, listen, we deal with it all, man. Do you know what I mean? Because we deal with the principles, we deal with coaching. All right. So guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification of what uploads. We appreciate you. Stay locked and stay loaded. More love. Stay hydrated.